Welcome to Where in Wilmington. Today we explore one of our city's oldest and most venerated social service organizations. In fact, this place has been serving the physical and spiritual needs of Wilmingtonians for over 116 years. Welcome to the Sunday Breakfast Mission. The Sunday Breakfast Mission began in 1893 when a group known as the Christian Endeavor Society decided to reach out to the homeless men of Delaware by bringing them to church on Sundays. In exchange for attending a prayer meeting, the homeless men were given a free breakfast as well as assistance in finding work. A year later, in 1894, the ministry also began to provide shelter. Over the years, the Sunday Breakfast Mission occupied a number of different sites in Wilmington. The mission's first location was a rented room in a house at the corner of 7th and Lombard Streets. In 1901, the mission acquired its first permanent home when it assumed the property of another early Wilmington mission, the People's Mission, once located at 117 Shipley Street. 3 years later, the mission also acquired the property next door at 115 Shipley Street, which would serve as the organization's chapel. Around this time, the Sunday Breakfast Mission strengthened its vocational training efforts by incorporating instruction in chair caning and carpet weaving, services which were advertised to the public. Also around this time, the mission began offering limited services to children and women, although sheltering was still limited to men. As Wilmington grew in size, so did the demands placed upon the Sunday Breakfast Mission. In order to accommodate more homeless men, the mission purchased the former White Brothers property at Front and Orange Streets in 1956. This site would eventually be displaced by the construction of Martin Luther King Boulevard. In 1978, the Sunday Breakfast Mission finally occupied its first new building at 101 North Poplar Street, which is where you'll find the mission today. While the locations of the Sunday Breakfast Mission may have changed, one thing hasn't, and that is the organization's commitment to the physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being of people in need. Everybody who lives in Wilmington certainly has heard of the Sunday Breakfast Mission. After all, the place has been around for over a century. But how many of you have actually been inside to see the fine work that takes place here? Well, this is your lucky day because we're going to get a behind-the-scenes tour right now to see the fine work that goes on at this venerable institution. Come on. Let's start with the basics. The Sunday Breakfast Mission is still one of Delaware's largest homeless shelters. Here, more than 165 homeless men find a safe place to sleep for the night, as well as to take a warm shower. In extreme winter or summer weather, the facility can accommodate additional overnight guests in overflow areas, including the dining room, which is where everyone spending the night also receives a free breakfast in the morning. While beds are assigned on a first-come, first-served basis, no one is ever turned away. Adjacent to the dining room is the chapel. Because the mission is biblically based, Christian outreach is at the core of all mission activities. The chapel is home to daily Christian worship and Bible studies. The mission is also home to a long-term discipleship program, which helps homeless men to get back on their feet by working with them to overcome drug addictions and other life challenges. Those enrolled in the program receive counseling, skills training, and education. The Discipleship Program can serve up to 50 homeless men at a time. The Discipleship Program is divided into multiple levels, with participants gradually assuming more responsibilities. In fact, many of the support services at the mission, such as staffing the front desk, are performed by enrollees in the program. Long-term residents also work in the kitchen, provide laundry services, drive delivery trucks, and work in the warehouse, to name just a few training opportunities. Now, it's important to note that the Sunday Breakfast Mission is much more than just a shelter for homeless men. It provides services to the entire community. Every night, the mission provides community meals for over 200 men, women, and children, as well as weekly food boxes for over 250 needy families. In 2008 alone, the mission provided over 200,000 nutritious meals. The mission also shares food from its warehouse with other local feeding programs. The Sunday Breakfast Mission's charity extends far beyond food and shelter. The mission also runs a thrift store staffed by long-term residents, which is open to the public on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Here, underprivileged families and individuals can find a wide selection of gently used clothing and home furnishings. The mission gladly accepts donations and will even visit your home to collect unwanted clothing and furniture in saleable condition. The mission's Community Outreach Department provides a wide range of charitable donations to needy families in Wilmington and beyond, including Christmas presents, school supplies during back-to-school season, and free clothing and furniture. The mission also accepts donated vehicles, which are then sold back to the community at a very low cost. As you can see, the Sunday Breakfast Mission has made a tremendous impact on the lives of countless individuals, and believe it or not, they're about to do even more. In 2010, the mission will debut its new edition of 31,000 square foot facility that will enable the organization to fully replicate the full range of its services to women, children, and intact families. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about the great work taking place at the Sunday Breakfast Mission. Remember, you too can make a difference by donating funds or goods to the mission or by volunteering. Simply visit the mission's website at sundaybreakfastmission.org for more information, or call 652-8314. For Wilmington in the middle of it all, from the Sunday Breakfast Mission, this is Where in Wilmington, and I'm Rich Neumann.